Alright guys, I'm back again, and today we're going to be taking a look at an NES launch title that in my opinion has been getting a lot less attention than it deserves, and that is Urban Champion. Now when it comes to NES launch titles, I'm sure most of you are probably familiar with the classics like Super Mario Bros., Excitebike, Balloon Fight, Wrecking Crew, Soccer, games like that. And not a lot of people really talk about Urban Champion. So even though that I think that this definitely is not the best game in the NES library, I think it still has a lot of charm and it's definitely worth a look. So let's go ahead and pop it in the NES and let's see how it plays. Alright, so here we are at the title screen for Urban Champion, and just like any other NES black box game, you get the choice of Game A or B. The only real difference is that Game A you fight against the computer, and Game B you fight against an actual human being. But being that I don't have an actual human being laying around right now, I'm actually going to fight against the computer, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so if you guys have never played Urban Champion before, or even if you've never even heard of it, it's actually really simple. In fact, it's almost stupidly simple. Believe it or not, guys, this is an early, and I mean really early, one-on-one fighting game. And I use the term fighting game very loosely because it's very different than any other fighting game you've ever played before. Unlike any other modern fighting games, the whole goal isn't to deplete your enemy's health. Instead, the idea is that you need to knock your enemy off the screen. Once you do that, eventually you're going to show up at an open sewer hole, and you have to knock your enemy into that. Once you knock your enemy into the open sewer hole, you win the game. Sounds kind of stupid and sounds kind of cheesy, but that's what gives this game its charm. It's just so cheesy and it's totally ridiculous. I mean, just look at the animation whenever the guy gets punched in the face. He just falls flat on the ground. It's just really funny to look at. Yay, I win! Hooray, street fighting! Hooray, street crime! Yay! Moving on to the next round. Round 4. And of course, this is one of those types of NES games that you're really only going to play for just a few minutes and then instantly get bored, because really, guys, it's just a button masher, to be entirely honest. I mean, there really isn't a whole lot of strategy, because you really only have 2 attacks. You have like it's like a lower punch to the stomach, which will just knock him completely off the ground. And then you have another punch that'll just get him in the face, but it doesn't do as much damage. You can block in the game too, but it doesn't work very well because it'll only work like whenever you want it to, pretty much. So you're pretty much just stuck mashing the B button the whole time just to get him to fall on the ground like that. Kind of funny too to look at the titles of some of these buildings where they're fighting in front of, like, hey guys, look, there's a fist fight going on at the bookstore, watch out. And as you guys just saw there too, eventually there's going to be some villagers dropping things on you, which actually look like flower pots. But when they drop something on you, they'll knock you on the ground and it'll leave you vulnerable for enemy attack. So watch out for that. One thing too about this game that I think is really interesting is you actually have a stamina meter. I mean, that's something that we would see in modern fighting games like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or something. The whole point of that stamina meter is that the higher that it is, the more damage your attacks are going to be. So once it actually runs out, you really can't do a whole lot anymore. You can block and you can do a basic punch, but it really doesn't do a lot of damage. So when your stamina meter runs out, you're pretty much stuck. Oh boy, it's a discount shop fist fight. I think it would have been much more realistic to see these fist fights be outside like a high school or outside of like a homeless shelter or something like that, but I mean a snack bar, a discount shop, a bookstore, I mean come on. But I guess they were trying to make this as, I guess, kid-friendly as they wanted. I mean, it's definitely corny and cheesy like a kid's game. Because, I mean, what fist fight in the street would ever have, like, confetti coming down when the guy wins, you know? I mean, that's not realistic, but the whole point isn't to really take this game seriously. The whole point is just to kind of, at least from what I experienced, to just laugh and joke at it, because it's just a funny game. I just really love the animation when the guy gets punched and he just falls on the ground. I just think it's really funny. Especially his facial expression. He's kind of got the oof look on his face. Kicking ass right now. I don't get why that happens too. Whenever I punch and then both of us fall down, really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Watch out for the flower pot. And of course too, as this game goes along, it gets a little bit more challenging. But as of right now, I can just motor through this. And I'm in round 12 right now, as you guys can see. I'm just waiting for some actual challenge to show up in this. Because to be honest, guys, I really haven't played this game all that much. I mean, of course I played it before I actually made this video. That's how I decide, you know, what games I pick before I actually make videos about them. I just thought this game was just, you know, funny enough and interesting enough that people would want to see me play it. And just ramble on about it. And it's funny, too, because a lot of people really don't, you know, like my 8-bit museum videos. They're like, oh dude, you're the worst reviewer ever, and you're terrible at playing NES games, and just, I get comments like that all the time. And it's like, okay, first of all, the whole point isn't me supposed to be reviewing the game, I'm just rambling on as I'm playing it. The whole point is just me showing you guys and giving you guys an idea of what the game is like. And I just got hit in the head with that flower pot. As you guys can see, it kind of stalls you for a minute. But yeah, I mean, don't take these videos too seriously, because all I'm really doing is just playing a game and rambling. I mean, that's really just the point of these videos. And this guy's actually doing pretty good at blocking. One more hit. He's off the screen, alright. Round 15. I think this is the farthest I've ever gotten in this game before. I wonder if there's even an ending. Doubt it. But, you know, we can only hope and we can only imagine. If there was an ending, what would it even be like? Like, what would happen? Maybe it's, my guess is it's just a lot like Pac-Man, where you pretty much just play the game until it breaks. But, man, that would be pretty funny if there actually was an ending somehow to this game. Yeah, this guy's a little bit more challenging. Oh boy, it's a fight in front of a restaurant. That's for giving me a lousy tip. Ugh. Pretty much gonna play until I die, or at least until I get some sort of challenge from somebody here. Because really all I'm doing is just mashing buttons and I'm kicking ass at it right now. There's really not a whole lot of strategy to this game, like I said. One more hit. Boom! motoring through this right now. Round 18. Man. And I find it funny too in those scenes that I can walk over the sewer holes perfectly okay, but when I knock the guy in there, he just falls and falls to his doom. I find it funny too, I don't know if you guys can really tell that well from the video quality, but my guy's the one with blue hair and I'm fighting a guy with green hair. I just think it's really funny. That's the only real distinction between the two characters, because you wear the same color shirt. I mean, I'm wearing green pants and the other guy's wearing red pants. Nice outfit choices, guys. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. See, check that out. I look good, right? Can't get too distracted there. Hey, it's about time. I'm trying to defend a sewer hole now. This guy's actually kicking my ass. And I'm dead. Finally, after 20 rounds, I finally get thrown into the sewer hole. Man. Not too bad, I'd say. I mean, 20 rounds for just my first time in a while playing this game. I mean, hey. But, you know, like I said, guys, there's not a lot of strategy. You pretty much, my tip, just mash the B button. Or get yourself a turbo controller and just hold down the B button. Because that'll just knock the enemy on the ground the entire time. And you really won't have to worry about doing any blocking or any of that. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, Urban Champion, what do I say? I mean, it's just a good, cheesy 80s fighting game, if you even want to call it that. But, you know what, guys? This game has got a lot of charm, and it's just so bad it's funny. I mean, this is one of those bad games where it's like a guilty pleasure. I mean, you really can't help but laugh at this game and have fun with it. So, like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a great day.